Have you people looked at the exhibit Barb Janda's phone records? Really, huh? Where does Barb Janda's phone records place Barb Janda's phone? Answer me that. Does Barb's phone records put her phone in her mobile home? Or is Barb Janda's phone records down in the shop, in the office? Well, according to the billing address, it's in the office. We have Thomas Janda. We have Barb Janda phone number in the office in 2001. But we have Tom Janda's phone number in 2002. So and Scott was using that number before. How did that number end up being on Highway 147 ever? And Barb's own phone records do not go to her mobile home. It goes to the shop. The landline's hooked up to the shop. Both Janda and Tadych phone numbers are hooked up to Avery Auto Salvage. Not A. What phone number is over in A? Somebody please ask Stephen Avery what he remembers his sister's phone number. Do we have Stephen Avery calling his sister's phone number? Huh? Well, Stephen Avery's calling his sister's phone number and it's ringing down there in the shop. Why isn't that phone number listed to the A address? Huh? Why? Why is it always going to the shop? That's the building address, hookup address, everything. So we got Janda and Scott Tadych with phone numbers in the shop. Away from Barb. How's that happening, man? Who do we have calling in to Barb's phone? How is that working? That's where it is. That's the address, the billing address. How can that phone number be both in Scott Tadych's name on Highway 147 and Avery Auto Salvage at the same time? If they called that number, that phone was down in the shop and not down at Scott's on Highway 147. Well, shit. Bobby's ready to run down there and go grab that and bring it back up here and stick it up here. Why do we not have Barb's the phone number that goes to the address A, Avery Auto Salvage A? We don't have one going there. We have Tom Janda on Barb's phone records, and it says A. But that's incorrect, because Tom Janda's phone is at the shop. So there's a problem with the phone. Kathleen T. Zellner. Yeah, Your Honor, yeah. We got Barb's phone number not in Barb's house, but Barb's phone number over here in the Avery Auto Salvage shop. And we have that same phone number with Scott Tadych down on 147. Now, Scott Tadych had it after 2001. And according to Barb's records, it's Avery Auto Salvage. 2001 on No. No. We got a problem here. Now, Barb and Scott don't, all right, Janda, they're cousins or something. There's whatever's going on there. But this phone always ends up at the shop, not at the house. You notice that? Or did you notice that? Do we pay attention to detail here? So why is Zoner saying that Teresa left a message on Barb's answering service when Teresa wrote down the address and the phone number? So obviously, why would she call that phone number? That goes to Steve and Avery, Brenda Dassey, all right? Or that goes to the shop, actually. It's supposed to stay, it goes to that number. She didn't dial that number, Ben. She did not dial that number to leave that message. That message was not on that message. So now, it's not on Barb's, it's not on Scott's either. Oh, shit. But why is she calling that number and making a statement that she can't come out there and see her? What? She had the Zipper's address. She had the Stipples address. She had all their addresses. Those were her appointments. How did she get this other address, and why is it supposedly? Where did they get this from? Where did it come from? Did they just pull it out of the air because she didn't leave it? Obviously didn't leave it on the either phone that's in Avery Auto Salvage office or Scott Tadych's phone down here, but she didn't call that number to leave that message. She had to leave that message on somebody else's. Because if she did call that number, she wrote it down. There it is. What number did she call to leave the message on? Well, we went through all the numbers. There's all the messages. That means that when she made that message voicemail, right? That was pre-recorded. It's stupid. It's just plain stupid. There's the number. There's the address. We got no other source for that, and yet we have an audio of Teresa making it. Where did Teresa make it? Teresa made it, I don't know, at her house. She got a little recorder, taped it in the recorder. We do not know how we got that on that machine. But she didn't call Barb. She didn't call Scott. Then where is this message coming from? The zipper, she had the zipper's address. That's not it. She had the other address. That's not it. She made those appointments. You can't make an appointment if you don't have a fucking address, and you can't just, find it all of a sudden. Mental telepathy. Let's see, I'm driving along, I'm getting closer. Oh, that feels like it. No, you have to have addresses. So we do not know where Teresa put that message. We know she did not put it on Barb's message machine. We know she didn't call Stephen or Avery Auto Salvage. We know she didn't call Scott at his mobile home. She did not call that number because she's got the address on it and she's got it written out. Nah. Why? Two things. Number one, why is the message, and where did we get the message from? The message, we did not get the message originated from the machine. It had to be pre-recorded someplace else to be stupid. Who did she not have the address to? She made all three of her appointments. She did not have she did not have somebody call in and says, I can't make an appointment without an address. And then, why would she get a call that says, yeah, I'm calling you up about a car, but I'm not going to give you my address? Then you call back, and then she has to get a number from you, and then she calls that number from another phone. You know? Something's fishy going on here, because you can't have Teresa Marie Halbach's message on Barb's message machine because she already has the address. Right there it is in her handwriting. So we have a mysterious, I can't make it out there. And that wouldn't be for any of the appointments that she had. There's no other appointments. And why would Auto Trader send her out to, where did she get it from? Where did she get this from? This is Auto Trader. I don't have your address. I can't come out there unless I get an address from you. Who the fuck does that? Here's my phone number. Give me a call. I'll give you the address. No. Teresa's I can't make it out there call is Teresa's not stupid. Teresa did call that phone number. And when she got the message machine, she put that message on it. She put that message on it. Why? Because she needs to get a call back from somebody, and they're the last one to see her. So now they're looking for whomever she called by whatever means that she called. But there's something wrong with that message. That message didn't even need to be, but yet there it is. There it is. Is Teresa narking Scott off? Is Teresa just in subliminal shit? We don't know where this call came from that she's supposed to have got no address for. She got the address for it. Okay? So, and we have the phone number in two different locations. One's Avery Auto Salvage, stayed there for all this time, paid all his bills, and the other one is down there on Highway 147. He got billed down there on Highway 147. At the same time. In the same time periods. You know? No. We got faulty phone records. We got Teresa calling and leaving a stupid message on this machine that's probably A down in the shop or Scott Tadych's. Both. How about spoofing? I don't know. Somebody else out there smarter than I am knows how this went down. But you got billing going to two different addresses for the same phone number. How does that work? Why is Teresa leaving a message? Where did Teresa actually leave that message? It didn't get off the Zippiners. It didn't get off of Smith down there. It didn't get it off of Teresa. But they got it. They had to get it from somewhere. What, Teresa leaves a fucked up message. Why? To not set Stephen Avery up. That's why. Why is that on that? She called the wrong number to get the address. Well, then she didn't get the address, right? And nobody called her back to give her another address. So that was a total, what? She didn't make it to her next, whatever. What appointment? Where? Where did she get this from? What happened? Makes no sense whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the fact that it makes no sense makes sense. How? Because you're going to look at it and say, something's fucking wrong here. So how can Zellner go to court and say, Teresa left a message on Barb's machine? Teresa left a message on Barb's machine. No. Teresa may have left a message on the machine at Avery Auto Salvage. She may have left a message on Scott Tadych. She left a message on Scott Tadych's one. And the reason is because they're trying to set Scott Tadych up for the fall. You know? Honor amongst thieves. So here's what it is that they're trying to set Scott Tadych up to take the fall. Phone number's down there, phone number's over here. How's that phone number in both fucking places? Neither one of them in Barb's place, by the way, okay? And Teresa's calling in to a place saying she doesn't have an address, which is sitting there right there's the address right there. Obviously, that phone message does not belong on that machine. It's foreign. It's not logical. Okay? Why is she calling in to get an address that she already has? Makes no sense. No. When you put Barb's phone number and you add that phone number to it, Barb did not have that phone number. Avery Auto Salvage had that phone number. Okay? And Tom Janda had the phone number down in Avery Auto Salvage. Neither one of them went to this house over here. Simple as that. And that phone message was not meant for Barb. Was not meant for that address. She did not call that number to make that statement. She had to call another number to make that statement, and whatever that other number was. And then, where's the call? Where's the call? At 147. Why is it on her? See? No. It's not working. It's not working. That's Scott Tadych's phone number in the shop, the office. That's Tom Janet's phone number, again, in the office. Neither one of them are at Barb's place, and that message does not belong on that machine. Wherever that machine in the shop or machine down there at Scott's. But not the machine up here at Barb's. So, ask Steve. Did Steve phone records call that number? No. How about that number being forwarded? Can you forward it to Scott down there? Have it answer forward? Somebody went there at the phone company and fucked around, I guess, and made out a false printout. You know, for $36 million, you could probably get somebody in there to bill this. Which means this had to start taking a plan in 2001. So in 2001, they started planning Teresa's demise 5 years beforehand in order for that phone to be there. But it couldn't be there on 2001 because Tadych had it down at 147. And then they go in there and say, hey, what's your phone number? He says, a cell phone, that's all I got. When he has a landline. Didn't they ask him for his landline? No. You see? Hey, Brendan, what's your home phone? They never asked him that. Blaine? Anybody? The only person that ever gives a phone up is Bobby. Bobby. Okay? No, this whole fucking thing doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The fact that it doesn't make sense is evidence that this didn't happen the way it happened. And if it didn't happen the way it happened, then why is Teresa dead? So Kathleen T. Dunner wants to get another trial for Stephen Avery on Teresa's dead. Walking there with Teresa's dead. No, you motherfuckers did not prove that she died. As a matter of fact, with all this shit going on and different rap boards and stuff, the likelihood of Teresa being dead versus the likelihood of her death is faked is more than her death is faked than her death is real. Because she didn't get burned, she wasn't in the pit, those aren't her bones. Those are not her bones. Where'd they come from? Well, we don't know. But they did have a dead body down there with some relationship to the Hall box, female. Okay. So now they got an overdose. And the thing about that overdose, I don't know. Carmen Botwell. She was a pot smoker. And then she OD'd. Then they actually killed somebody. And they had to burn it enough not to get the recognition that it's Carmen, not Teresa. Ooh. Or just so lucky, this woman that has a relation, some type of DNA connection to the Hall box, just fell over dead conveniently. Right when we needed it. We need a body now, okay? No. Those are Carmel. Those are her. Botwell. Anyway, those are her bones. And the reason why those are her bones is because we got I lost a rab boar back. Now we're back down to 6 rab boars. But here's what this bullet hole tells me. This bullet hole tells me that the photograph of the K95 in Wisconsin State Crime Lab, the first set inside, was taken before it was out there in the field at Avery Auto Salvage. So we have the 760 Mystic Teal Mica out front having pictures taken of it before the K95 was found. And the K95 had pictures taken of it in the Wisconsin State Crime Lab before it was found over here on Avery Auto Salvage. Because when it was in the Wisconsin State Crime Lab, it doesn't have a bullet hole in it. But then when it gets out there to there, Avery Auto Salvage, and Pam finds it, it's got a bullet hole in it. Same one. Okay? Same one. So now we're down 1. But fine. That's cool. Now you're starting to see that the sequence of events is they got the 760 sitting out front with the VIN in it, and they got the K95 sitting there in Wisconsin State Crime Lab on a weekend when Shelley Cohane is off work, right? And those pictures were taken on the same day, but those were taken before Pam Strum and her daughter Nicole found the K95 out there. Because there's no hole in it in Wisconsin State Crime Lab, but there's a hole in it out there. The back windshield, they just took the back windshield off, they put the back off, and they put a whole nother door on. And this was all nice and clean and everything like that. Okay. But it's got the same drippy paint. Why is that paint droopy anyway? No. The same little dents and stuff in it, so it's the same door. It's got a different glass in it then. So they have the same door, they take the glass out, they put the other glass in. Because that one has an emblem and the other one doesn't have an emblem. See, here's all these little things that will tell you in what sequential order these photographs were actually taken. Now you got a meta tag that sits there and give you a time of day, all right, for each individual one. What is it, digitized, hooked up to the satellite or something like that? Or can you go in there and reset your camera? Can you fuck with it? Okay, can you really? Make it later, make it sooner. It depends on when you calibrate the fucking thing. If you calibrate it correctly, fine. If you don't, well, you get what you get, I guess. I just gave you a fucking shitload here, people. Again, even the phone number for Barbara goes to the office. So what phone number is Stephen calling to call his sister? Scott Tadych or Janda? See, now we got two phones in the same location at the same time. At Barb's, we got two phones in two different locations at the same time. We got two phones, two different locations. We got the phone going to Avery out of Salvage, and we got the same phone going down to Scott Tadych's on Highway 147. And then we have both phones going into Avery out of Salvage, but attributed to A, and it's not. It's not. Read the paperwork. If it doesn't have an A behind it, it's to Salvage. If it has an A behind it, it's Barb's. It doesn't have an A behind it, it's Salvage. It's going to Salvage. That message machine was probably in the office when Teresa called it. But why would Teresa call it if she's got in her own handwriting the address and say she doesn't have the address? And you people think she's dead. Fuck. What a fucking lame dumbasses, man.